So when you win 2 national championships in a sport with as much competitive balance as golf, can a Hall of Fame be far behind? And when you beat your peers in your local arena 4 times, represent your province at nationals 16 times, and are named your provincial association's Golfer of the Year on 4 different occasions, spanning 4 decades, do you not have the right to be in a hallowed place? David Ducky Weber is here, as you can see. You might be surprised that a man who is easygoing, has a devil-may-care attitude, has no ego, but will go out of his way to congratulate someone who has just broken 90 for the first time, can have the fierce drive needed to be at the top of his game. Hall of Fame golfers Graham McIntyre and Peter Hope have been part of Ducky Weber's golfing life for decades.
Dave is a great competitor. I think that's one of his strong points, that he's a very good player, obviously, but loves to compete, loves a close match, and he never gives up. So he was great to play against. You knew when you came to the course and you were playing with Dave or against him, that you'd have to bring your A game and to be competitive with him, because he was there to play too.
Brightwood, unfortunately, is without practice facilities, and he'd be up there first thing in the morning, 5:30, 6 o'clock, and you know, hitting golf balls, practicing chipping, putting, doing whatever he needed to do to keep his game in shape, and it certainly bore dividends for him as he played on and as he became better and better at the game.
So that is Ducky, a man referred to by Brightwood Golf clubmate Clyde Horner as a golfer with high standards and high expectations. Clyde says who else but Ducky would look in utter disbelief and beat the toe off his shoe with his putter when an impossible 30-foot downhill side-hill double break putt fails to find the bottom of the cup. David Weber won his first major title in 1969, shooting a pair of 73s to win the Truro Invitational. 6 years later, he was Nova Scotia amateur champion. Later that year, he became the first Nova Scotian to be part of a championship team at an international event when he helped Canada defend its Commonwealth Championship in South Africa. And it should be noted that the British team in that competition had among its members eventual professionals Nick Faldo and Sandy Lyle. More wins followed in ensuing years in invitationals and provincial four-ball events until 1992 when, as he turned 40, he was enabled to play as a mid-amateur. In 1993, he won his first of 2 mid-amateur provincial championships. The same year, he won his second provincial amateur title, setting a record for the longest period of years between amateur wins, 18 years. Those 2 wins earned him Nova Scotia Golfer of the Year recognition by the Nova Scotia Golf Association for the second time, and he had previously won the honor in 1975. But folks, that is 12 years ago. What has he done since? How about the Canadian Mid-Amateur Championship in 1995, the first and only Nova Scotian ever to win it, and he was named NSGA Golfer of the Year again in 1995. How about the Provincial Amateur again in 1996? How about 2004 when he joined the provincial senior team for golfers over 50 and helped the team win the Canadian Team Championship, the first and only time a Nova Scotia senior team has won? How about at that same event winning the National Senior Men's Championship, defeating renowned Canadian golfer and course designer Graham Cook in the final of the match play event? And of course in 2004 being named NSGA Golfer of the Year once again.
As time has gone on, Dave's game has really improved, and he's really come into his own later in his golfing career rather than in his junior days.
Dave Ducky Weber has achieved a record of longevity and consistency at the elite competitive level. He has more than 50 tournament wins, including, of course, the big ones already mentioned, and 9 championships of his home course, Brightwood Golf and Country Club in Dartmouth.
Ducky is a one-dimensional player when it comes to clothes. Whether it's minus 12 degrees out or plus 95, he wears the vest. And we have no idea how he handles the heat or the stress that goes with it, but he manages to, and it fits him to a T. So that's all part of Ducky's makeup.
Dr. Bill Stanish, a member of this Hall of Fame, did shoulder surgery on Ducky a few short years ago prior to his winning the senior championship in 2004. And he says of his patients, or his patient rather, it was potentially career-ending, but he faced this surgery in his usual direct fashion. He dedicated himself to his reconditioning and physiotherapy. His hard work and dedication were rewarded with the Canadian senior title. Ducky Weber is considered one of the finest ambassadors of golf in Nova Scotia, both on and off the course. He practices the highest standards of the game. His temperament in victory is the same as in defeat. He has time for everyone, sharing his time freely with the 30 handicapper or the scratch player.